Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Soph,
This is Rich
and we are from
from
across
across
the
the
pond.
pond. Whoop,
Woo! We made
whoop,
it through
whoop.
another week. Ah.
I know, I think that's where the energy burst has come from because it's the end of the motherfudging week. Week,
And I
week.
think is this the first week where, well, not for you, but I think for me, the hour has moved forward. So I've lost an hour of
Oh, yeah.
sleep.
And it's totally messed up because we normally have schedules for everything. Like me and you schedule our timing and our clocks so that we are on the same sheet. You've
Yeah.
decided to lose an hour, and I'm like, whoa, what is the time there? You know?
Yeah. So
We haven't done ours yet. I'm assuming I'll have to. I kept meaning to ask my mom actually. She always tells me. I think it's around Easter because it says
next month for you guys then.
spring forward. So we're gonna go forward an hour.
Yeah. So you're gonna lose an hour of sleep.
Great, thanks for that. Nothing like cheering us up on our Friday.
Hey, I'm already going through it. Anywho,
I personally don't see the point. Whose idea was that in the first place? And also, why do
um,
they still do it? It's just a load of bugs.
I don't know. And you know what? I wish they didn't do it. I think they should just leave the time alone.
Exactly. Who's going to moan? I know. I think it's something to do with farmers, ain't it? To do with the light in the day for them to food their crops or whatever. That's where it started from. I'm sure that's what I heard on a grapevine from Marvin Gaye. He might be
I'm
wrong. Who
I'm
knows?
gonna be honest with you. I do not have a clue.
Well, anybody, I'm sure you'll tell me in the comments if I'm wrong. People
Tell
normally
us in the comments.
jump on the bandwagon.
Neither one of us know.
That's what I thought. It was because of the farmers to plough their fields. Oh
I
no.
mean, that sounds about right. I don't know. I'm not a farmer.
I know, but I just think they should stop it now. It's not. It's pointless. If I was a prime minister, I'd say, "Sod it, we ain't doing it. We ain't doing it." I don't think every country does it, do they? I don't think Egypt does it.
I I don't know.
All right, well, that's not what Fun Friday topic is. So let's get on with the show.
Yeah. How was your weekend? I mean, I said weekend.
Oh my
How
god!
was your week?
Please
Other
don't say
than,
the weekend's gone already. I know it goes quick, but that's taking the
I'm
mick.
so looking forward to the weekend.
Yeah, well, yeah, me too. I suppose the week's been okay. I don't even know where it's gone, but it's been fine. Nothing exciting has happened. I've worked out. I've walked. I've worked. I've got a parking ticket. I was so excited about meeting Michaela, the dude, for the first time to have coffee after I don't know how long. We kept
Oh,
our social distancing. We drove to a drive-through bloody Costa, had a coffee. Turns out you was only supposed to sit in that car park for an hour and 20 minutes, 120 minutes. We sat in there for 206 minutes gossiping and catching up. So they slapped a ticket on our arse each. Cheers. Not that anyone's in. This is what I mean. The car park's empty. The shops are shut, right? It's like a little retail park. Apart from drive-through, Burger King and Costa, the shops are closed. They're not open. There was an odd few cars parked there, obviously, doing the same as us. Why are you going to slap a ticket on us, bruv? The car park. Come on, man.
were y'all inside the cars?
Yes, the
So
whole
you,
time.
so you watched the man give y'all a ticket instead of just driving off.
They did it on cameras. They got cameras in the car park, and then they see, oh, you've been in here longer than you should have. Let's give that punk a ticket.
BBC cameras. They're
60
real.
pound. If you pay within 14 days, 60 pound. If you don't, it's £100.
Wow. So y'all really got cameras all over the
And you know
place.
what my mum said? Well, that was an expensive cup of coffee.
Well, don't parents always do that?
So yeah, that was the not so highlight of my week.
Well, my week has been moseying on along. Um, but I do have one exciting thing.
Go on.
I got the shot.
How's that exciting?
Well, it's not really exciting, but I mean that's the most excitement of my day.
And you haven't grown two heads.
And actually, I feel pretty fine. I got the Moderna, so they say that now this I don't know yet. We're about to find out.
The second
They
shot's a
say the
bad one, right?
second shot is the rough shot. So
But
I
I
get
ain't
the
gonna
shot on the 20. I get the second shot on the 21st of April.
lie. My mum had her shot right in the week. You two are twinning. She took my place because me and you was meant to go together. So she took my place instead, clearly. But she said to me, "Oh, my next one's not till June," and I was like, "Hold on a minute. I thought you was meant to have the second shot within 2 weeks." She went, "Well, they decided that wasn't actually very effective, so they extended it." Okay, so what happened about all those people that had it within 2 weeks? Oh, don't worry about them. Bit late now. This is why I ain't in line to have it yet. There's just not enough factual evidence for my
But
liking.
guess what? I just heard if people don't know that I am a vet. So, and I just heard this last night because I was talking to a friend of mine who works within the VA. And the VA is a veterans assistance type thing, hospital, all that type of stuff. There's a new one. Actually, it's an old one. I forgot what she said it was. I wanted to write it down. It's called an Acenera or an Aninera or something like that. And I was like, well, I've never heard of that. All I've heard was Johnson and Johnson, Moderna and Pfizer, right? She says, you know why you haven't heard of it? Is because they were giving it to people overseas, okay? And they stopped giving it to them because it was causing blood clots. And then guess what they started doing? They started giving it to our vets. And her sister's a vet, and her sister was like, "Oh, well, I'm just going to go to the VA." She's like, "You better not." You better not.
This is what I mean. It's all very dodgy, You just don't know. You just don't know who to trust, man. But anyway, you're still alive and kicking. We got a couple of weeks.
You alive and kicking. The arm, I'm going to just give you a little scenario. The arm, they punctured it. I'm going to tell you, they make you sit for like 15 minutes, just sitting in a chair, separated from everyone. And then after that, let me see what type of effects. My arm was a tad bit sore. But what did I did? Because you know me, I'm a nerd. I was like, it was burning in the site that they punctured it in, and I was like, what if my body's rejecting it like a superhero? But no.
But no. Okay.
I thought I was gonna wake up and have special powers or something.
All right, so everyone's got to tune back in after you've had jab number 2 to see what's
because I've heard this. Now I don't know for sure, you guys, but it's going down. We will be giving you a play-by-play, especially if I get sick. Oh, we filming that.
Oh, listen, you have to remember the pact. No matter what is wrong, you're still gonna record the show.
Yeah.
So even if you have to move this laptop to your sick bed, we'll be there right with you.
But other than that, that's all.
Other than that,
I've been
uneventful weeks again for us. So the news.
It rained. I'm sorry. Just put that in there.
The news so far this week. I'm going to continue on about the vaccine, just for not actually the vaccine, but this is how my brain works, right? I reckon they're going to tell us we're going to have another lockdown. For the simple fact is, they've given us all these dates. 12th of April, we're going to open restaurants so you can sit outside. We're going to do this. You can see 6 people. I think it's the 21st of June. That's when everything's supposedly all back to normal, open, all these little milestones. I heard on the news the other day that they've extended the furlough scheme to September, right? Mm-hmm. Why are you extending a not going to work payment scheme if we're getting back to normal? Then obviously France has gone back into some sort of lockdown because they've got some cases risen there. So I'm just biding my time. And I'm going to say the same thing I always say. You heard it on this show first. By the time we get to the 21st of June, I reckon he's going to say, "Oh, there's been a spike. You got to go back on lockdown," because he's already setting the the
He's setting y'all up for the whole lockdown
yeah,
treatment.
why put a furlough scheme until September if you're going to open the world up? Why do people need to have time off work then? He thinks we're dumb. That's his problem.
Mm.
So anyway, just be prepared, folks. We could be going back on lockdown. But anyway, other than that, there's another story in the news that, apologies if I get any of it incorrect. Because I listened to the news on the school run on the way to take Alfie to school. That there's a teacher that's been suspended because he showed a picture of the Prophet Muhammad in a lesson, and a lot of Muslim students were offended by this. So apparently there was a big protest outside the school, which led to him getting suspended. And now the police have had to put him into protective custody.
The teacher?
The teacher. For his own safety.
Guess what? That teacher's still getting paid.
But who knew showing a picture could get you in so much trouble, huh? I mean, let's not get it twisted. I don't know why he showed the picture. Maybe I should have Googled and found out all the information. But he ain't just going to flash it about, surely. It must have been to do with the lesson.
Well, remember, I don't know about you guys, but back, I say maybe 10, 15 years ago, you know, it was a big thing. Teachers having sex with students. I was just like, we didn't even have any hot teachers to have sex with. So,
wow, yeah, I hear that.
Where's these teachers coming from? Were they just giving it up to students?
There was a case a few weeks ago, actually. I heard only caught a snippet of it where the woman was going to court because she'd had sex with a 15-year-old boy.
And I don't get the boys. I hate to say it. I don't get, now the girls, I can see it running and telling, but a dude running and telling, shit.
Maybe he didn't tell. Maybe they got caught. Who knows? Anyway,
Yeah.
That's another show. What's happening in your news?
Well, I'm gonna tell you. I'm mine's is a little thrown off. We're having this whole Asian hate crime stuff going on, which is now is just getting a lot of attention, which is very, very sad because they're just singling out, and I gotta give this to DL Hughley. He really broke it down. He was like, he was breaking down all the different nationalities of Asian people, and he was saying that people, and he blames our prior president for starting it because now people are just getting attacked. And then he said that he broke down the different, Asian nationalities, and then he said that they're targeting old people and women. And then and then now we've had two mass shootings in less than a week.
Oof.
We had a guy go into a couple spas and shoot up the Asian women, and he blamed it on being a sex addict and just having a bad day. Okay. Then you had another young man in Boulder, Colorado, who just went into a supermarket and killed 10 people ranging from 20 to 60. And it's just getting crazy over here. And then they're saying that so now they're trying to ban assault rifles. And to me, being I just had this conversation with a coworker. I think that they should ban assault rifles, and I'm gonna tell you why. An assault rifle is equivalent to an M16 military type grade
You're
weapon.
talking gibberish. I just know.
Okay, well, it's a military grade weapon, and to me, we already got handguns. If you're a hunter, you don't use an M6. You don't use an assault rifle. You use a shotgun or a hunting rifle. So there's no need for an assault rifle. I don't see it. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm a military man. I own weapons, and I'm all for people protecting themselves. But an assault rifle is kind of excessive. And if you're making it easy for uh, a Joe Snow off the street to get an assault rifle, you know what I
Well,
mean?
yeah, it's asking for trouble, ain't it?
Yeah. So I think it is true. I think they should. Now you heard this first here. They should ban. I agree with banning assault rifles. Now, if you're in the military, you need that assault rifle. Other than that, I don't even know why regular people are having assault rifles. This lady at work was like, "Oh, well, you should be able to protect yourself." Yes, yes, you're absolutely right. I'm not taking it. That's why you got a handgun. That's why you got shotguns. That's why you got rifles. You don't need an assault rifle.
I got a golf club next to my bed. That's my protection. Oh shit, I've just given it away. Sorry if anyone comes in. Blah. I take that back. I haven't
Get her golf club.
really.
But yeah, so basically that's what's in the news right now. A lot of people, my heart goes out to the people in the spa industry. And then I really feel bad for the people who went to the grocery store and their families waiting for them to come home and they ain't come home. That's a sad situation right there. Very, very sad on both levels. But I just feel like, say your mom was just going to the store, like, hey, I'll be right back. I need a box of nails. And you're waiting on her. And then you see on the news that grocery store done got shot up. So now if your mom ain't come home, just imagine what's going through those 10
Yeah,
people.
I mean, any situation like that is not great. Never mind going to a supermarket. Any situation like that is not great at all. But yeah, here's hoping that
Deep, right?
here's hoping that they put
Can we get some good news?
so try and sort it out. So, but I totally agree with that guy. I was going to say I'd put it down to the previous president going around saying it's a Chinese virus. He didn't help matters any iota.
And then, I mean, D.L. Hughley was very upset. He was just like, and the thing about it, run up on the right person. That's what needs to happen. Stop jumping on these old people and these women.
Exactly. Go and jump up on the likes of Miss.
Go jump on a young man.
Go and jump on like Bruce Lee or Mr. Miyagi. Then see what happens. Oh my God.
Not everybody knows martial arts. But how about just actually just fighting? If you run up on a young man who can fight, that's it. That can throw them hands and see what happens.
I just named the ones I know. Jackie Chan. Where's he when you need him?
It sounds a tad bit shite.
Well, excuse me. Fun Friday. Let's turn this around. Let's turn this frown upside down. Fun Friday.
Oh man, you know what? We're gonna talk about something we both love: sports. And I was gonna say,
incorrect.
You do love sport.
I don't love sport. I wanted to talk about boxing. It then got led to expanding about sport.
But see, you didn't let me finish, but that's okay. Thanks for cutting me off. Like she said, we're going to talk about boxing because I had a whole nice.
Everyone always moans about me cutting you up. They never moan about you cutting me off, even though if you watch all of our 40-odd shows, you'll see it large as life. But why would I break the habit of a lifetime?
That is a woman's
snip.
That is a woman's curse right there. I
snip.
think that's a woman's thing. Because guess what? She don't forget nothing.
Why would you?
She remembers everything. I think that's two women's superpowers right there. Y'all don't forget nothing and y'all remember everything. That's a superpower.
Women's intuition. Don't forget about that one because that is a beaut.
I think that coincides with remembering everything.
Yeah. If you say so. Okay, well, I personally only really like boxing apart from horse racing. In fact, I've had a little flutter today. I had a couple of pence in my William Hill account, so I just put it on. So let's talk about other sport and save the good one. Let's save the best till last.
Well, see, I had a whole thing prepared, but yes, let's talk about that. Do y'all have March Madness? Because we're going to talk about basketball first.
March Madness. Never heard of it.
It's college.
What is that, like a sale?
No, it's Yeah. But it's college basketball. And my team is out.
Can I just say, the only thing I know about basketball in the UK is that there was a really hot guy called Ovi Soki that was in a reality TV show. Now I could get into basketball just for that
You
reason
play
alone.
basketball? Who do
Yes.
you play? Who do you play for?
English team. That's what I mean. I don't know anything about basketball. We just played over here. But
Okay. Overseas
that's the
basketball.
only thing that's the only reason to watch basketball is the men.
Y'all women say the same thing about football.
Nah, then you have more better looking men in basketball than football.
Well, I don't know if you can tell. Can you tell? Because
How
they're wearing.
do those men get so tall? I mean, some of them are literally like giants.
Yeah, I ran into a couple, and I've been to a couple live
What,
basketball.
literally?
Yep.
I'd like
I
to
talk
stand
crazy.
next to one.
I talked crazy to Vince Carter, and he was like, "Excuse me," and I was like, "My bad, dog. I was just messing around."
I
And
don't
I'm
know.
tall,
I
and
don't
I
know who
am
that.
tall.
That's
I'm
what
considered tall.
that's what I
This man
mean.
I had to look up at.
I'd like to stand next to one just to see what it's like.
You look like a little
You okay
kid.
up there? Yes,
You
you
look
okay
big.
down there?
You probably be like a baby. Like, oh my god. And your hands are about this big, so
I'd probably be like really starstruck, you know, even if they weren't even that famous, just the fact that they were that tall.
Mm-hmm. And then
I'm going to put that on my wish
so
list.
college basketball. So you made me lose my college basketball is what's going on right now. It's a bracket thing. I'm rooting for now somebody's gonna probably correct me. Gonzaga, it's a college team.
How can you
And
root for someone you don't even know their name?
I don't know how to say it. Gonzaga. But my team is Villanova, and we got sent home.
Villanova.
Yeah,
That sounds like a girl from Killing Eve. She was called Villanelle. You got some.
I know. I didn't even think about that. That's dope.
Mm-hmm.
And I love both of them. Yeah, Villanova is out of Philly, and they're really good. But I guess with this
Obviously not that good if they've been sent home already.
They were upset. There was a lot of upsets this year.
Can't please everybody all the time.
Can't win them all.
Hell to the no.
And we have next on the agenda, we have
There's an agenda.
Football. The draft is coming out. As people well know, if you don't know, I am a diehard Eagles fan.
But you're not. Well, football here is soccer. You're not talking about soccer.
We're talking about the NFL, not soccer.
Would would you say that American football is the biggest sport in America?
I would say one of the biggest sports. It's one of the biggest money makers. I'm gonna tell you that.
I would say soccer is.
I wouldn't say it was the biggest sport. I think the biggest sport.
Oh, fudge. Sorry.
If I'm wrong, someone correct me. But I think the biggest sport in America is golf.
Really?
Yeah, which is surprising, huh? But yeah, I think golf is one of the biggest.
My dad always used to watch golf back in the day with like Sevi Ballesteros and Nick Faldo and all that malarkey.
Yeah. Now my dad has gotten me into the custom of watching and having a little bit of knowledge on every sport, even though I don't really care for watching golf. I do play golf. I do have a bag.
Listen, I know a little bit about every sport, like golf. You get a metal stick, you whack the ball, and you got to get it in 18 holes. Whoever gets it in the least is the winner.
You're absolutely right.
Bingo. That's all you need to know. Look where the ball's going, whack it, bing, done.
I got a set of clubs, and I tell you, I ain't used them clubs in about maybe 10 years.
I think for men, it's almost like a status type thing. Do you know what I mean? oh yes, I play golf. You know, like you're up there then. And
No,
I
I got
find
some friends.
I find that mainly golfers were previously footballers. Do you know what I mean? Soccer players.
Really? So you say
Yeah,
they retire from playing soccer and then go to golf?
yeah.
Wow. Well, we have here, they have celebrity golf tournaments
Oh,
where
I know. We have them here too because I saw Ian Wright.
woo. So you get a lot of people like basketball players and football players and celebrities that can really play golf. Like I didn't know, like my favorite comedian is Bill Murray, and he's a really good golf player.
I'm not gonna lie. I paid and bought 2 tickets and went with my dad to watch this golfing event. PGA Championship, BMW sponsored it. Only went to see Ian Wright, who played for Arsenal. Everyone will know Ian Wright is a legend, mate. I'm telling you, a legend here.
Legend, mate.
And basically they have this. It's like a 4-day tour, but the first day is called Pro-Ams. So basically, celebrities go. There's 3 celebrities and 1 golfer per team. They just go round. And to be honest, I wanted to see Piers Morgan and Ian Wright, but Piers Morgan didn't go that year. And to be honest, I didn't even know if Ian Wright was going. I just really wanted to see him, so I bought the tickets and we went. And I waited all day. I'm gonna fudge it. I'm gonna tell you the story. What happened? So I waited all day, right? My dad, bless him, sat in the grandstand watching the people come in. I was running up and down the stairs. Who's next on the list? Who's next? He was going round with Harry Redknapp, who's a football manager, and Jamie Redknapp, his son, who was a football player. And I kept running up and down. You okay? You okay? Not coming yet. Not coming yet. Getting pictures taken with like dancers or comedians or whatever, just because I could while I was waiting. Then there was like a massive long green, right? You had to walk up this strip. I was talking to this man who'd bought his son. They wanted to see Jamie and Harry Redknapp to sign his football, right? Because they was big football fans. I don't want to say they played for Chelsea. I'm going to say that. I'm going to throw it out there. They probably didn't, but that's what's coming to my mind. So anyway, all of a sudden, remember, I've been stood there. Got there at 7 a.m. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon now. I've been stood there for hours. The crowd starts crowding round. These women behind. Oh yeah, we come to see him. I said, get back, ladies. I've been here hours. No one's getting past me. I was at the front, at the end of the row, but at the front. So then Harry Redknapp comes out, signs the little boy's ball as a picture. Jamie Redknapp comes out as a picture. Little couple of, seemed like hours, but a couple of minutes went past. Ian's coming. I'm like, oh my God, I feel I'm going to be sick. And all of a sudden I hear the security woman. He's not stopping for anybody. He's late. They're waiting for him on the green. He's not taking any pictures. He's not signing anything. And I'm like, what? This can't be happening to me. So this steward in front of me said, oh, who have you come to see? I said, I literally only come to see Ian Wright. Please, can you send him over here so I can see him? He said, I'm really sorry, I can't do that. Maybe if I stand back a bit and say this way, you can just grab him or something on the way past. And I was like, okay. So it's just woman's literally marching him. He's not stopping. He's not signing anything. He's not talking to anybody. And I'm like, oh my God, this can't be happening to me. As he gets to us, the guy with the little boy with the ball next to me said, Ian, this lady's been waiting for you all day. And he turned around and he went, have you? I said, I bloody well have, honest. And he went, oh, come here, let's have a picture. Pulled me in, he was like, and then he went. He never stopped for anybody else. Honestly, I thought I was going to cry. That literally made my year. It was the best. The pictures on my wall in the dining room. My dad made me it on a mug.
Oh, look at you.
Ian, if you're listening, I have so much love for you. You know that.
Until The Rock shows up.
Oh, no. He ain't for me. No, thank you. Anyway, that's a different show. Talking about celebrity crushes. Let's rein it back into sport.
So football.
Which is not soccer.
Which is not soccer.
American football. Okay, go on.
American football.
Oh, no. That's my mic.
The draft is coming out. I have a friend of mine I went to school with. His son, which I'm so proud of him and his father for grooming this young man. He played for Penn State. His name is Micah Parson, just in case you want to.
You know a famous ball player?
Well, I mean, I know him. I don't know. I mean, I'm not his uncle or anything, but I know his father very well.
So I could meet him when I come to the US. You could Your
If
people
he
could speak to his people.
Yeah, my people, I will get with his father. Yeah. Anyway, the young man played for Penn State. He's a big boy. He played for our local high school here, and he is a big boy. And his dad just posted his Columbine. I don't know if you know what a Columbine is. It's kind of like a test, like an exercise, agility test. You know, all your abilities,
Mm-hmm.
and then they total them up. And he is slotted where they do a fantasy draft here. So they try to tell you all the college kids who are going into the draft where they think they might fit best. And I think they had him selected going to New England Patriots, which they need a lot of help this year. My team has a whole new everything.
Is that the Eagles?
Yes, we're in rebuilding phase. That's all I can say.
See, now I'm not gonna lie. I watched a couple of games. Like I got them on Sky Telly here, just because obviously I know they're your team. I'm representing from the UK side, so I thought let's see what's all about. I ain't got a fudging clue. Literally, there's two teams. They run together. They jump on the ball. And then somebody blows a whistle and they go back and they do it again. Then someone chucks the ball to somebody and then they blow the whistle and they say, okay, come back and let's do it again. And I'm like, wow, this is going to take hours.
It does. It's about a good 2 hours.
And there was a whole heap of numbers at the bottom of the screen. And I'm like, I don't know what that means.
Which is so much fun listening to you go. So what does that? I said there's 4 quarters. It ain't over yet. It's like it's halftime.
I just don't get it. I don't get it. It just seems,
well, I mean,
as soon as someone makes a move, whistle, go back. I mean, someone needs to take that whistle off the ref and just let them go for it, man.
So we want to say kudos to the local young man here who is going to be entering into the draft this year.
Do your thing and bring it home.
Yeah, I'm really excited for him because we do have another gentleman that was from here. His name is McCoy, and he played for my team. Then he went on to play for, I think, Buffalo Bills.
I'm sure there was a boxer called McCoy one there.
Yeah, then he went on to play for Kansas City, and he has 2 rings, and he ain't had 1 snap, so I ain't mad at him. Keep your health, bro. Keep your health. He was a running back. This guy that's going into the draft I think he's a linebacker. He's a really big guy, though. And linebackers nowadays are getting like taller and slimmer and just stronger. I don't know. Man. Every year, I think they're just getting better and better. But
I ain't gonna lie. When you said linebacker, it was like
right over your head. Oh. Well, anyway, other than that,
is tennis a big thing in America?
Oh yeah, Serena Williams, and then you got
Venus Williams.
Yeah, but then you got this new girl. I can't even think of her name. She's like half black, half Asian. She's killing them out there.
Are you a tennis fan?
I can watch it. I'm not a big tennis fan.
I find it very boring. Just like,
well, just like how you girls, just how like you women watch football. We watch tennis for.
Oh, you watch it what? Even when Andy Murray plays.
The ladies? What's her name? Is that a female?
No, it's a man.
Okay.
Tennis is a big thing here when Wimbledon's on. Like that's a big tournament.
Yeah. Now Federer, Roger Federer. I like him.
See, now I would go and watch it just for the champagne and strawberries. That's why I'd go, because that's a big thing there. They always have it when they have Wimbledon, strawberries and champagne.
You talking about strawberries inside the champagne or like strawberries?
No, strawberries to eat and then champagne to drink. And you could top up your tan while you're there. That's it. Other than that,
that's some bougie stuff right there.
Exactly right. So it's a very I suppose it's a posh sport, tennis.
Bougie, posh.
But yeah, that's another big sport here, tennis. Again,
You
I
have
know
basketball.
I know the bare minimum about that. You get a green ball and a bat, and you just whack it as long as it goes over the fence in the middle, the hedge, the net, whatever it's called. Bing, 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 bing. That's it. That's all I know about tennis.
And they can't hit the lines and stuff like that.
And you got a ball boy that runs around and collects your balls. If they don't score anything, it's a love, I think. There you go. Oh, next sport.
We got the NBA though.
NBA basketball.
And you know what? I'm starting because I've been really watching a lot more college than NBA. I only watch NBA when my team is playing somebody worth watching. Like I'm a Boston Celtics fan, so like if they're playing somebody that I want to see them like rock out with, like if we're playing the Lakers, of course. If we're playing it like the Golden State Warriors, you know, and people who are like up there, I watch them. But I really think NBA and NFL over exaggerated.
Do you have
I
like
like college now. I've been watching a lot more college football and college basketball, and I'm gonna tell you, total difference. There's a total difference.
do you have season ticket holders for these games? Like here, they have it for soccer.
Yeah, they have it here for
I
college.
find it really weird keep saying soccer.
NBA.
It's football, but you don't class it as football. So I'm trying really hard to channel the bit of my brain that's not asleep to keep saying soccer when it's actually football.
Oh, yeah.
And see, with soccer, my nan, she would tell you how you play soccer. You get a piece of leather and you kick it round the field into the goal.
Sounds about right. That's what's up, Nan. That's what's up, Nan. Now, can we get to the nitty gritty? I love me some boxing.
Yes, this is where we're gonna. Let's just make sure there's no other sport to mention because this is the don of all sports. People say to me all the. Oh, sorry to interrupt you. I'll do it again. People say to me all the time, "It's not very ladylike." I don't care. Get it? That's what I say.
I love me a good boxing match. And there's a lot of newcomers coming up that are really doing it. I can't even think of the young man. I think I sent you a video where the young man hit my man with an uppercut and night. I'm talking
you can
about
just see the eyes.
These young men out here now are hungry, but boxing is not getting the love that it used to get back in the day, though.
I think since this is just me now speaking, and it's I suppose people would say it for their sport. I'm only saying it for boxing because I'm a follower. If I followed football or golf or rugby or whatever, it'd probably be the same thing. But it's been so quiet since the whole corona, man. You don't literally nothing unless you go digging about.
I've watched a couple of boxing matches and it's not the same. Like the crowd's not there.
No, but I mean, even the promotion ain't the same. That's what I mean.
Yeah, but the promotion on a whole different level has changed. I just read an article not too long ago how they were saying that. Well, when I was coming up and my father followed boxing, I have an uncle who's a boxing coach, and I'm gonna tell you, boxing has lost its luster since UFC's came into the picture.
Yeah. See, now that's brutal.
All that other, like all those, like
MMA,
all that. But I'm gonna tell you, it still has lost its luster because the simple fact of the matter is, back then when you had Tommy Hitman Hearns, Marvin Marvis Harris, who just passed away, Mike Tyson, and all these, Muhammad Ali, all these guys, they fought. They didn't fight every 2 years.
No, it's different when you go back to the days of Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis, maybe even Frank Bruno. Do you know what I mean? Or what was the little white dude? Oh, I want to say Barry McGuigan. I think that was his name. I'm talking like 80s times. That was when it was at its best, man.
Yeah, because you know why? People fought people. People didn't wait till they were past their prime. they actually, if you wanted to fight somebody, and that's what they were talking in this article, is about how the past versus the present. I mean, it's more lucrative. Like, you can make a lot of money, but in the same token, you're not getting the excitement that you used to get, because guess what? If I trained for a year, okay, say I trained for a year solid, and I'm in the best shape that I can possibly be in, and I fight a contender and I beat him, guess what? I want to fight the next person up.
Okay, but how it seems to be,
I'm not waiting 2 more years. We can go at it in 6 months.
Yeah, but how it seems to be
Let's
now
go.
is you have a really great fight, right? I'm just going to chuck this out there as an example, but this is what happened. Like Anthony Joshua, Vladimir Klitschko, right?
Oh, yeah.
2 heavyweights, bam, went at it. What? Anthony Joshua's won. Okay, so who's next? It's got to be somebody like Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder, but no, they're going to get him to fight these, I want to say shitty fights, but I don't mean to sound disrespectful, but people who are not at the same level. Do you know what I mean? So it's obvious he's going to win. So whatever happened to, okay, you fought Klitschko, now let's go Tyson Fury. Everyone, that's the fight people want to see. They don't want to see the little no marks in between.
You know what? But then you know what? A lot of these fighters, like the article said, are there's no more self-promotion. They're waiting for their agents or
for their Don Kings and their Eddie Hearns.
You know what I mean? To like hype it up. I remember, back in the day, if someone lost or say I won, that person that was next would get in the ring and talk trash. Like, I'm next, bro. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. You can't run from it. And it's just, that's the problem, that I feel like they want to wait for that big payday. And
yeah, but they get paid a pretty penny, man.
They draw it out. I just feel like they draw it out. I feel like people say, for instance, Floyd Mayweather. Everybody's like, oh, he's the best in the business. He's a technical artist.
I ain't a fan.
I'm not a fan. And I'm going to tell you why, because I feel like, and this is just my opinion, I want all the smoke. Yeah, I mean, but this is my opinion. He has, I wouldn't say ruined the sport, but if I were managing myself, okay, that means all the time and effort I put in, I got no problems with that. Mm-hmm. But fight people in the right era. Like, you know what I mean? Like for instance, him and Pacquiao fought. Both of them was past their prime. Why didn't you fight Pacquiao when he was knocking everybody to dish out?
What was that whole thing about him and Conor McGregor? What was all that about?
I think that was
he's a boxer, mate. He's an MMA fighter.
And see, my thing is, when it came to that, I honestly think that they should have went 4 rounds, and this is how I would have saw it. You get 2 rounds, and you could have mixed them up any way you want. Okay, a round of straight boxing. So now you're in Mayweather's round, and then you do a round of MMA.
But that wouldn't work, because boxing you wear gloves, MMA you don't. See, this is the thing.
Yeah, you do. You wear gloves. They're not
the same. This is the thing. I don't see what the purpose was. It was obviously a publicity stunt and a money maker, because they're 2 totally different sports. Number 1. Number 2, if matey's going to step in the boxing ring and have a boxing match with you, you should step in the cage and have a UFC MMA fight, whatever it is, with him. No,
I
agree. Ain't done that.
I agree. But then again, Mayweather, I think he's fight. I don't know if there's rumor that he's fighting again, but
I did hear that, yeah.
A publicity thing, but it's just lost its the luster of promoting yourself and fighting instead of fighting every 2 years, or you get these main fights. I remember back in the day with my dad just watching Friday night fights, Tuesday night fights, and it was on regular TV. There was no pay-per-view, and I'm talking about they was getting it in, and it was kind of like, just knock down, drag out, and when it was over, you had boxers like jumping on ropes, like you next, we can fight tonight. You know what I mean?
There's still fight night on the telly now, but it's only it's a Saturday, and it's only amateur stuff. If ever there's a big fight on, you've got to pay 20 quid, 25 quid,
Yeah, which is crazy.
But
and I'm like, it's just losing the luster. But I love boxing. Now,
I'm going to ask a question because you've done lots of talking. Who is the greatest boxer of all time?
Without question, Muhammad Ali.
I knew he was going to say that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, who else is up there apart from him?
God rest his soul, Pernell Whitaker. He passed away not too long ago. Marvelous Marvin Hagler, Thomas Hitman Hearns. These are all older guys. Tyson, of course. Who else did I like back in the day?
Well, yeah, because there was a point Mike Tyson literally dominated that whole boxing thing, man. Biting mate's ear and stuff.
I think he was like 20, the youngest, 20 years old.
He was a machine. This is why I was so disappointed when he done that comeback retirement bloody thing with matey. So I really wanted him to just go in hammer.
Roy Jones?
Yeah. I thought, listen, what his reputation, although they were saying you can't do this, you can't do that, I was like, man, his reputation, he's going to go in that ring and just pummel at me. Never.
I'm going to tell you right now, though, you ain't heard too much from Roy Jones, because I'm going to tell you right now.
I ain't heard nothing from him.
I think he still got that power, because I'm telling you right now, he was hitting Roy Jones in the stomach. I think Roy Jones is like, yo, he kept saying, if my fans want me to fight him again, I will. But he didn't say, hey, I'll fight Mike Tyson again. Because I'm telling you, them body blows he was getting. I can't believe they made it a draw. Now, let me ask you a question. Would you watch Mike Tyson fight again?
Yeah. And you know the main reason why? Even though I paid for the Mike Tyson, Roy Jones, and it was shite, it's my luck. The time I don't watch it, the time he's going to come out all ham and blap somebody, and I'll be like, whoa, I missed it.
Well, see, because he slotted to fight either Holyfield again or Lennox Lewis.
Yeah. Now, I love me some Lennox Lewis. I always liked him.
I liked him too, but I mean, he's a good fighter. You know what I mean?
See, this is the thing. I'd want him to win, and I don't know if he would. Sorry, Lennox.
But then guess what Mike Tyson just said recently? His next fight, he's going all in.
Man, please. This is what I mean. He's going to say stuff like that. He's going to say stuff like that, and I'm going to be like, I ain't paying because I paid last time. And then literally everyone will be talking about, oh my God, you missed it. I can't miss it, just in case. So Sky Sports will get another 20 quid out of me.
He's a money maker, man. People want to see Mike Tyson knock somebody out, man.
What did you think about the likes of
somebody out? But now he's like somebody's, like they said, like Snoop said, he's like somebody's uncle in the.
What did you think about
like in the playground, just drunk off his tail?
What did you think about Prince? Right now, oh my God! You are on one today. Please don't drink any more of that coffee.
I drank it all.
I can tell. I really can tell. What did you think about Prince Nazim? Do you know him?
Yeah.
Were you a fan?
He's all right.
I'm not a fan one iota. And do you know what makes me laugh? Since he stopped
boxing. Because he's flashy.
He was really cocky, arrogant. I don't like that. But since he's given up boxing, it just looks like all he's done is eat a load of burgers. Like, he literally is ballooned. The other one I didn't like, I never liked Amir Khan. Did you like him?
Yo, he can hit hard though.
Again, cocky, arrogant. There was one fight he did that he lost, and I'm sure it was a Mexican dude. And literally, he got knocked out within like 70-something seconds, 72 seconds, I think. And I was like, yes, get in.
You know, you had when was the last fight you saw?
Oh my God. It was a Polish dude. I want to say Provnik, something like that. Oh my god, I can't. You're really putting it on me now. I'm sure it was a fight where he fought Del Boy, but I'd have to ask my uncle.
The last fight I saw wasn't too long ago. The Adrian Broner fight. Terrible. I mean, they gave it to Adrian Broner, I think because this was considered his comeback fight. He ain't fought in like almost 2 years. And I'm gonna tell you, the young boy he was fighting was giving him some work. And I thought it should have been a draw in my eyes.
See,
but
I like to see.
They gave it to Broner.
I like to see a proper fight. I don't like it when they keep hugging. Let go, fight. You know.
Well, that's what the ref is for. The ref should be.
I know, but sometimes they're outrageous. Okay, I've got a question for you. What do you think about women boxing? Personally, I don't think it's the same.
I'm not a big fan.
And don't get me wrong, I do watch it before. Like normally, I have a women's one on before the main event. And there's this English chick called Katie Taylor, and she's like the champion. I'm not being rude. The last 2 fights, I don't think she should have won. I really don't.
Well, we got a young lady here she's awesome. But now I think she just, to me, like you said, just too arrogant. Like, knock it down. Because she was trying to call out Muhammad Ali's daughter. What's her name?
I know.
And Gurley was like, I don't know she was like, if the money's right, I'll fight her. But, you know, to me, I can't see it. I mean, there's some women out there that can really rock, and I'm glad that they let them get it in. But
okay,
if I'm going to watch anything, it'd be female MMA though, because they be getting it in. Whoa!
What would you say? What would you say if one of your sons wanted to be a boxer?
I'm all in. When my son played basketball, and my one son, he was in karate, a karate class. And I tell you, I'm not one of those parents who like scream and holler. I'm just a very observer, and I grin. And then when we get in the car, I just be telling them, I'm like, check this out. Like my son, when he first started playing basketball, and my son is, he's tall now. He's tall. So he was so nervous. And then like when he would miss a shot, he would look up in the stands, and I'd just be like, you know what I mean? Because you're not going to make every shot. And then I used to tell him, yo, you the tallest man out there, man. You better grab that joint and take it right back up. Draw the foul. Like, you know what I mean? So it was fun. And then with my son, when he was doing karate, I just thought it was hilarious because he was young. But then like when he really because my one son used to get nervous. So I would go sit in the hall and just wait, because he'd be like, Dad, you make me nervous. So I was just like, all right. But when he had to do his little, I guess, to get your belt or whatever. Yeah, he had to do his little, I thought it was dope. I recorded it. I have it.
I mean, some of them is brutal. Like I've done photo shoots here. I know a guy who teaches Taekwondo. And he said to me, can you do our photography at some fights? It's not my niche, whatever, to do it. But I was like, hell yeah, I'll do it. Woo, that was brutal, man. Like kick to the face, kick to the boy. That's not.
And I was just off. I'm all for contact sport. Let's go. And I love boxing. So if my kids were to get in it, what if Alfie was boxing?
I don't know. This is it. I don't know. I love boxing. If he really wanted to do it, obviously I would support him. But
would you watch him as much as you're?
I'd need to be ringside. You
going to be his cut man? You be his cut man?
I would be there. I'd have to. I'd support him. Would I? Would I like it? No one really wants to see their son get punched, But
You don't want to see his son get knocked out.
It's a sport, ain't it? I just have to train. I just have to train him to make sure he ain't the one that gets knocked out. But that is actually like you know, Chris Eubank.
No.
You know, you don't know Chris Eubank.
Mm-mm.
I thought you was a boxing fan.
I am.
Chris Eubank was in the day of, you know, Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson, that era, and his son now does it, Chris Eubank Jr. And he's a machine. But it's nice to see them like at the side of the ring together, like he'll be saying, you know, like you can hear him shouting. You know, it's a nice, you know.
I like seeing stuff like that, father and son. I like seeing stuff like that. Like I mean, I know I'm going away off the spectrum, but Tiger Woods' son is supposed to be dope.
Wow, you heard it here first.
I was like, wow.
But I suppose it's like the Klitschko brothers. Imagine that, two sons
that can hit hard. Just
they are machines, mate.
I bet you their dad was like, I wish you would come up here. I'll shoot both of y'all.
I did like them. Klitschko, I thought was a lot better than Vitali, but that's just my opinion. Before someone jumps.
Well, yeah, I gotta give it to him. Klitschko, the Klitschko brothers was nice.
Let me just say, they are from Ukraine, the motherland.
Do either one of them
represent? This is the thing, like everyone.
I don't think the one plays. I don't think the one fights anymore, does he?
Neither of them really fight anymore. The last fight Vladimir had was with Anthony Joshua. That was it. But this is the thing, like say when Anthony Joshua, who's English, was fighting Vladimir Klitschko from the Ukraine, everyone was like, "Ooh, who are you going to side with?" Mate, I'm going to the Uke. I'm going back home. Ukraine all the way.
Yeah. And Ukraine got their tail handed to him.
I think that was a setup, man. I ain't going to lie.
I don't think so.
I do. But
what I do think was a setup is when Anthony Joshua got knocked out by that Spanish bull.
Okay, this is my opinion on what happened to that fight. He wasn't even supposed to fight that guy, right? About 2 weeks before, the opponent changed to this chubby guy that looks like the little boy from Up has grown up, right? That's what he looks like, basically. So I reckon, because you know, normally, if say me and Anthony Joshua was going to have a fight, I would watch videos of Anthony Joshua to learn his form, how he does stuff, blah, blah, blah. I genuinely reckon Anthony Joshua took one look at that little chubby checker and was like, no way, mate, I got this in the bag, forget it. Sat back and was like, bring it on, I'm going to knock him out. That's a classic case of don't judge a book by its cover, because that little chubby guy was fast and he knocked him out. So then when they come back and had a rematch, obviously AJ was like, whoa, I better study him now. So then he studied him and paid attention.
And beat the tarnation out there.
Exactly. That's what I think happened.
Yeah, you know what? I will agree with you. I agree with you. I think he looked at him and was just like, I'm going to have a field day with that chubby boy.
Exactly.
Laid that haymaker on him. Get this, Joshua, pop. That's what you call 15 minutes of fame, because you ain't heard nothing from him since he got beat up.
He got his paycheck and he's done. He's gone.
Man, I cleared up all my debt. Thank you. Thank you, Joshua.
But there's loads of ones I like.
Would you watch Mayweather fight again?
Huh?
Would you pay to watch Mayweather fight again?
If I said no, I'd be lying. I don't like him, but you know, I'd watch it because I want to see him get knocked out.
I would watch him, but I ain't paying to watch him.
I'd want to see him get knocked out. But there are loads of good fight. Like I used to like Joe Calzaghe. He was a good guy. I liked him.
I used to like Zab Judah, Felix Trinidad, De La Hoya. There's a lot of them. I'm old school, so there's a lot of them back in the day, like my era, that I was just like, they was getting it in.
Tony Bellew's had a couple of good fights, but there's a lot of them I don't like, to be honest. Like Prince Azim Amir Khan, Mayweather, and David Haye. I don't like him either. I just find them arrogant and their ego is bigger than their bloody heads. It's a joke. And people would say, oh, but that's a persona you put on when you... No, Vladimir Klitschko never started all that malarkey, you know, like how they carry on. And neither does Anthony Joshua. He don't carry on like that.
That's certain people's, that's their niche. Like you said, that's their niche. Some people want to try to get, they want to get the reason why they do that, because they want people to come and they want to get them seats filled. And
yeah, but
I think Conor McGregor, I think he is the most, he knows how to work that crowd. Yeah. And he done got beat up like 2 or 3 times so far. I ain't seen him win one yet, and he's so humble about it. Like
he lost one only a couple of weeks ago. Actually, I see him.
He took it like a champ, though.
I see him hobbling out.
He talks all that trash. He gets people in the seats, and he got smooth knocked out. And guess what he did? He got up and was like, "Man, good one."
I know. I saw him hobbling out with a stick, shaking the guy's hand.
That's the thing that got me. He was walking away with a cane.
Man,
really put that on him like that? Because he was.
Yeah, but if he already had an injury before that. I want to say a knee injury. Like I watched his documentary, so he already had an underlying injury from ages ago.
Yeah, well, my man kicked him and just put him to sleep. I was like, "Ooh, Conor."
Do you know what? As much as I love boxing, and we carry on talking, and let me just put it out there in the universe because that means it's going to happen. On my wish list on the kitchen cupboard is ringside seats to a boxing match. So if the universe could wait till the lockdown's totally lifted so I'm allowed to go, I'd like that very much. Thank you.
But I'd rather go see something that's worth watching.
Oh yeah, I've watched amateur boxing before. It was actually good, but
there's a lot of newcomers coming up that can really bang now.
What is it AJ says? 2 strokes and bang. Chat shit get banged.
Yep.
Right. Series. We ain't even got to the series yet. We'll probably run over time.
Ooh, Dear John.
That's the letter you write when you're going to dump someone, ain't it? And that's what it's called, a Dear John letter. And actually, the series is called Dirty John, but never mind.
Oh, really? I am so sorry. I'm messing up again. Dirty John is the movie.
No, it's not a movie.
Series.
It's a series.
It is the series.
You need to step away from the coffee.
I know. The coffee got me like this.
Okay, I'll tell you what it's about because you're going crazy. Dirty John is on Netflix. It's a series about a guy who literally is obsessed with this woman, stalks her, they get together, they get married, and he just turns into a complete and utter psycho. I ain't going to tell you any more than that because you've got to watch it, but it is a true story. Which is actually quite scary. And there is a second season of a different story. I ain't watched it yet. But yeah, true story.
Is really good though.
It is.
At first, I thought it was kind of, when I first watched the first couple episodes though.
Yeah, because I said to you about it, and you were like, I said, keep with it.
And I was, she told me about it, and I was just like, I watched the first couple episodes, like, this looked like.
Does it get any better than this?
It looked like a Lifetime show. I was just like, made for women television. I was just like, but then it started getting really good, and then when I found out it was a true story, I was hooked. So, what's your rating on this?
I'm gonna give it. I'm going to give it a 5.
I was about to say, if you didn't give it no more than a 5, I would have been upset with you because it is really good.
Okay, so you're 5ing it up?
Yeah, I'm 5ing it up.
5ing it up.
Because it gives a little bit of a backstory too. So that's what I really liked about it too. Even though the woman started getting on my nerves.
I'll tell you what, the
backstory and why she is the way she is kind of, that's what made it dope.
The daughter's got on my nerves. But also, if you watch it on Netflix, is also like a 1-hour program where they interview the actual real people.
Oh yeah, that was good.
And the daughter's still got on my nerves. So she played true to form in that.
So the lady who played the daughter did her thing, because the daughter's it was good. That's all I got to say.
Yes, so if you've watched it, let us know what you think. Dirty John, not Dear John. And if you
Yeah,
haven't watched
Dirty
it,
John, not Dear John the movie.
if you
Dirty.
have if you haven't watched it, and it's not a movie, it's a series. If you haven't watched it, go and have a look on Netflix and tell us
Yes,
what you think.
Dirty John. Tell us what you think. So
Dirty
we got a
John.
10, a solid 10. That means it's worth a binge watch.
That means it is worth your time. We ain't
Yeah.
gonna sell you up the river and tell you it's a 10 if it ain't a 10.
Yepper.
Yepper.
Well,
Well,
this is Soph.
this is Rich.
And we are from across the pond. We will see you guys on Sunday. Ready to go across the pond with Rich Soph. All right, now holla at me if you're ready to go across the pond with Rich Soph. All right, now holla at me if you're ready to go across the pond with Rich Soph. All right, now holla at me if you're ready to go across the pond with Rich Soph. All right, all right,
And
all right.
we got a guest on Sunday.
We sure do.
We got a guest. O-M to the G.
Can't wait. And before we go, apologize you guys for the Instagram live. We will make it up to you.
And we will announce the winner over the weekend. We won't make you wait till the next live. We'll announce the winner of the giveaway over the weekend.
Winner of the catchphrase.
Yes.
What are they thinking?
Alrighty. See you on Serious Sunday.
Serious Sunday.
Yepper.